Welcome to another episode of Silvie and Didy React. I'm Silvie,
And I'm Diddy.
and today we are responding to the most recent Daredevil movie trailer. Before we get into details about that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Well, viewers, as you may or may not know, in addition to being theologian philosophers, Diddy and I are also geeks, nerds. We like our Marvel sometimes. Sometimes we
Absolutely,
don't.
yes. Big fan of Marvel. The uh
Yeah.
the Infinity Saga,
hmm
the end, that was chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Dip.
But as you may or may not know, the Marvel Universe has struggled slightly in their most recent phase. And I'm sure we will come up with videos to respond to on that.
Hmm.
But one of the interesting things that I think people tend to forget is Netflix had this set of TV series in the Marvel Universe,
Hmm.
one of which featured Daredevil, and
Yep.
the other was Punisher. There's Luke Cage, Jessica Jones,
Hmm.
Iron Fist,
Yeah,
which,
Iron Fist.
yeah, I heard mixed things about that. But there was a whole
Oh,
bunch of
is Cobra
characters.
Kai is that Disney or is that Marvel or is that
No, Cobra
something
Kai
else?
is Netflix, and I don't think it's Marvel. No, 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 no. It's
Okay.
its own thing. It's the Karate Kid.
Oh, okay. Cobra Kai is Karate Kid. Got
Yeah,
it. Never
yeah,
mind. I've heard good things about
yeah.
that one.
Yes, there are good
Anyway,
things about that
but
one.
it's not Marvel. Dang it.
No, but it did start out on YouTube, which is just it's crazy to think about these things that you tend to forget. It's like, oh, yeah, Cobra Kai, another episode or another season's coming out on Netflix. Like, yeah, their first season was YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah,
No
and
kidding.
I think the subscription base was not as
So,
heavy
Sylvie,
for
what I'm
YouTube.
hearing is that
Mhm.
we will one day go to Netflix.
Yeah.
That's what you just said, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. We'll get our own stand-up, just like all of the other comedians, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. Netflix for a while was just throwing money at anything, so
Okay, so shall we get into this
let's do it.
trailer? Okay.
So Daredevil's coming back to Marvel, and I think Disney Plus, which does Marvel, is doing a new reboot season of Daredevil. So they're basing it on the character, the same actor from Netflix who also was in one of the Spider-Man movies, so that the
Mhm.
actor has this continuity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will pull that up now.
And for the record, Diddy and I haven't watched this specific trailer yet, so we're going to get some fresh reactions from both of us.
Good point. Yes, we neither of us have seen it, so okay. So are you seeing that?
I am.
Okay, we're gonna full screen this and let it roll.
Let's do it.
It's been some time, hasn't it? You've come up in the world.
I can say the same about you.
Your darker half would agree.
I killed everybody that I've ever cared about. How do you think that feels?
So what do you want to do about it? Every single goddamn one of them.
I will.
Know that most of you find this difficult to accept. That's only because you've been manipulated.
Okay.
What? Titanic 2. Oh my
What?
gosh. Sorry, we need another reaction video just to that.
Yeah, apparently. And then
What?
I saw a little notification pop up that there's a Spider-Man 4 trailer. I don't know if
Oh
that's
my
real or not, but
gosh.
gosh,
If
we're
the
just gonna have
Titanic
to.
2 is real, I'm just no. The answer is no.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think we need to find something else that we can react to that in this age of remakes, reboots, and sequels. Um, but that's a whole nother discussion.
It
I gotta
really
say that
is.
that trailer looks. I mean, the trail. It's just the first trailer. We're not getting much story, any kind
Right.
of suggestion of what the story's going to be. But
Yeah.
you have the same actors for
Yes.
Punisher, for Daredevil, and for Kingpin.
Yes.
So on that surface level idea, I'm excited about that. So
Oh
hopefully
yeah.
they will be respective or they will pay respect to the seasons that went before on Netflix that weren't Disney produced.
Right, right. And I think that you have the implications of that because the Punisher, who's also from the Netflix series, like he's done things in the Netflix version of the Marvel universe. And because they're saying reborn, the implication is we're continuing with this story. Kingpin, I believe, is getting out of prison and he it looks like he's trying to tell his story, saying,
The PR spin.
yeah, the PR spin. But overall, I'm very happy with the thought of doing what works. And maybe this reaction is more so just to applaud the pivot away from the Titanic 2 model, where you just rehash stories
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And
instead, yeah,
that's one big frustration I have with if just the general realm of Spider-Man and Batman.
yeah.
We've just gotten reboot after reboot, like every 5 or 10 years. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
we have a new Batman actor, and we're gonna
Hmm.
do the origin story.
To
It's
be,
like
yeah,
we've seen the we know what happens to Batman generally. Can we
right,
move past that?
right,
And I think in
right.
that way, I was actually pretty excited. I was pretty happy with the Batman movie
Yeah.
because they didn't just follow the standard origin story. It was a very investigative,
Yes.
getting back to the roots of Batman. So anyway,
Yes. I
not
will
to
say,
not to
let's
get
get
off the track here.
sidetracked a little bit, actually, because that's a very, you can't talk about Marvel and not talk about DC.
Hmm.
But I will say, I had mild reactions to the Batman. I thought it was okay. I thought the third act was confused because they were setting up the Riddler as somebody who really was upset and hyper fixated on the corruption with all of the powerful in Gotham. But then here's the seemingly non-corrupt mayor, and a bunch of the Riddler's followers are trying to kill her. And I thought, oh, so more so you're trying to make him an incel that doesn't like
Hmm.
powerful women.
And yeah, anti-establishment,
Yeah. So
incel. Yeah.
yeah. So that was the part where I'm like,
I'll have
eh.
to rewatch it because I'm not sure if I completely picked up on that dichotomy or that whatever you want to call the disconnect there. Yeah,
Right.
I'll have to
Well,
rewatch that.
yeah, because the last part, why is he sending snipers to the only person who seems to be battling the corruption?
Right. Okay. Okay.
Riddler's working with Batman.
Hmm.
Batman's powerful, is going after corruption. This mayor is kicking out the first victim.
Hmm.
Spoilers. The the older mayor who did have corruption allegations. So you think that the Riddler would see this new mayor as a fresh start, but no, tries to assassinate the mayor.
Mm.
I don't
Okay.
that's the part where I'm just like,
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
I don't see
Well,
it.
not to make an
Hmm.
abrupt pivot, but
Yeah,
back to
back to
Daredevil. Um,
Daredevil.
and with that segue,
Hmm.
Yes, I'll rewatch that. I'm actually curious to rewatch after hearing your thoughts on that.
Right.
But Daredevil, one of the big things that I was really impressed by, and I
Hmm.
think there were two seasons, correct?
Two or
Of
three. I don't remember
Okay. Yeah,
how
I don't
many, but
remember
yeah.
how many seasons either, but in one of the more recent seasons, there was a really fantastically choreographed hallway fight
Oh
that
yeah.
occurred. And I just hope that they keep the level of fight choreography because
Hmm.
obviously that's one of the big things about Daredevil, right? That he doesn't really have superpower. Well, he does have superpowers with his hearing, but his um, method of interacting with bad guys is just fisticuffs. So
Yes.
keeping that to a high level, I will definitely be watching out for that. And I was really impressed by the fight choreography in the Netflix version.
Absolutely. That was one of the critiques made about Iron Fist is they did not choreograph that as well.
Okay.
And you had darker backdrops, more shaded areas, close-ups, so that you missed the fact that the actor was not choreographed as much. But that was not said about Daredevil. Daredevil, it was a wide angle. You could see the fights. You knew who it was.
Hmm. Well, especially that
Hmm.
hallway fight scene,
Yeah.
which I'm sure there were takes that were hidden in there, but it
Right.
sort of played as a oneer, which
Yeah.
was
But just
really
that there was
cool.
effort put into that. You can
Yes.
tell when there are movies or clips or TV shows
Hmm.
where effort is or isn't put into it. And
Yeah.
just this other point, and this ties into why I took this detour with the Batman. I didn't know about the Batman, but then the Penguin came out, and I was like, oh no, will this be good? But it was good because it was this expansion of the universe. It was telling a good story
Okay.
using the source material, and I feel like Daredevil is that.
Yeah.
Daredevil is the continuation of a good story. It's
Hmm.
not the rehashing, or at least I hope
Okay.
that's what it is. It's not
Right.
the rehashing of an old story.
Yeah.
Take the
You've got me
Titanic
excited
2
for the
model. Yeah,
penguin.
yeah.
I'm excited for the penguin now because we hadn't gotten to that one yet.
You
So,
should. If you
okay.
love the Batman, or even if you hated the Batman, or were indifferent to it, I think you will like the Penguin.
Well, coming from you, who it sounded like you were a little conflicted on the Batman movie, but
Yeah.
you're very positive on the show. So I think
Oh
that's a
yeah.
good.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great standalone. If
Okay.
you know almost nothing about the Batman, or you were indifferent to it, or you just want to see a good crime show, that's a good
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm
But
excited for that one then.
yeah, to your point, the Daredevil, I think they kind of went the way of Marvel Expanded Universe, where they had the Defenders and they started
Hmm.
kind of branching out, and it just didn't go anywhere. And there were other really good Marvel movies. I think this was the height of the Marvel movies
Hmm.
when people were trying to make the Defenders happen, and the attitude was just, eh, I'm going to go watch the latest Iron Man.
Hmm. Yeah, I will say the one show that we did watch, which I don't remember what pro or what streaming service it was on. I think it was Netflix, was Agents of Shield. Because
Yes, that is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
that one was directly connected. Well, I say directly, loosely affiliated with the events of the movie. And
Hmm.
there was, when we were leading into the Infinity Saga and those movies were about to come out, we did a rewatching of a lot of the old Marvel movies, and we
Yeah.
supplemented with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because in some of the episodes, they were directly dealing with the aftermath of Thor. For example, I think Thor 2. There is a
Ah,
there is an episode in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they were cleaning up the
right.
superheroes' mess, basically.
In case you're wondering how they
So
reconstruct London after Thor 2.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So it was that was that was pretty good, and then it started to go a little toward the end is where they started diverting from the movies more and were kind of telling their own story and things got a little crazy and we stopped watching. But yeah, I mean, it was great. Uh,
Yeah. I think
so
my final thought is actually going to pick up on what you just said, which is the people that the showrunners, that's what the name of the title is. People who are doing the editing and the storytelling for these TV series, the showrunners, you need to stop while you're ahead. You have a good idea, you let it run its course, and then think of a new story. Avoid the Titanic 2 catastrophe
Oh gosh.
and find a new story to tell. But
Hmm.
definitely tell your story and end it in a timely manner. Don't just try and scrape by for more stuff. That's my
Hmm.
final thought.
Hmm.
What's your final thought, Diddy?
My final thought is I'm excited for good Marvel again.
Hmm.
I'm excited for well choreographed fights. I'm excited for respect to the character and the shows that have already and the seasons that have already occurred, and the continuation of that. Um, yeah, I think that those are my thoughts on the trailer.
Well, viewers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want us to respond to other videos, clips, articles, please do send us an email, which will be in the description below. Have a good day.
See ya.